the Personal Information Protection Commission, the PIPC, on DeepSeek, which is a large language model chatbot from China. So in April, the PIPC held their plenary meeting and provided the status of the results of their investigation on DeepSeek. On the cross-border data transfers, they have found that DeepSeek transferred personal information to servers in China for purposes such as service improvement, security, customer support, and they failed to obtain user consent for overseas transfers or disclose this in their privacy notice at the launch of this chatbot in South Korea. So during the investigation period, DeepSeek updated their privacy notice and they submitted it to the PIPC. DeepSeek used public data, and input prompts for AI development without providing an opt-out function initially. The processing, the privacy notice and the terms of use only vaguely reference data for service provision and improvement without sufficient clarity, as the PIPC found. Under the South Korea's privacy regulation, explicit consent is required from users before their personal information can be shared with third parties. The PIPC decided to issue a corrective recommendation to DeepSeek, urging it to establish proper legal grounds for overseas data transfers, immediately delete user prompts already sent to the Chinese company, continuously secure service transparency, such as disclosing in the privacy notice. There are also a few recommendations for improvement, and they included designation of the domestic agent and compliance with the reinforced personal information protection measures. DeepSeek is required to inform the PIPC of its implementation results within 60 days. So as a takeaway from this enforcement action, the companies need to ensure they assess requirements on the data transfers before transferring personal information from one jurisdiction to another. The best practice is to understand the data flows and the requirements in those jurisdictions, and failure to do so may result in the enforcement actions